The most recent episode gave an update on King Aegon's health, but Sunfyre hasn't been seen since the Rook's Rest battle. At the conclusion of episode 5 of season 2, Aemond became Prince Regent as a result of Aegon II's burns and wounds, granting the younger brother greater authority to fight Rhaenyra. The episode also revealed that Vhagar had been injured and would take some time to recuperate, and also verified the deaths of Rhaenys and Meleys. The only component lacking from the aftermath of episode 4 is Aegon's Sunfyre. For the first time, viewers could see Sunfyre in her whole throughout the combat. In the novels, Aegon's dragon is revered for having the most exquisite golden scales of any of its kind that any Westeros has ever laid eyes on. Its design was amazing to behold at last, even if it didn't stick out among the numerous exquisite dragons at House of the Dragon quite as much. The fight ended with a cliffhanger regarding Aegon and Sunfyre's fate after they were betrayed by Aemond and Vhagar. Sadly, a blast of fire drove them both hurtling into the ground. At the Battle of Rook's Rest, neither Aegon nor Sunfyre lost their lives, but the dragon and rider are both injured. Meleys and Vhagar dealt tremendous damage to Sunfyre, not to mention the effects of its collapse. Sunfyre isn't mentioned in House of the Dragon, but Aegon and the dragon are still very important in the Dance of the Dragons. Since the TV adaptation of the book has a slower pacing than the novel and a lot more happens before Sunfyre makes her next appearance, it will probably be some time before she makes her comeback. In the TV show, Aegon was shown returning to the capital with Meleys' head. However, if the Greens had brought Sunfyre back to King's Landing, they would have had to carry it in, which would have compromised their discretion. In the book, Criston Cole leaves a station of soldiers to protect Sunfyre as she heals close to Rook's Rest. The Blacks eventually seize the castle and make an effort to murder Sunfyre, but the dragon repels them and forces them to retreat. Sunfyre eventually finds the strength to take off, so now there is a question if Sunfyre will fly with Aegon once more. Aegon could likewise spend a fair length of time in bed in House of the Dragon, but it looks more probable that, for TV purposes, he will awaken and speak sooner than in the original script for the show. When Rhaenyra eventually overruns King's Landing, Aegon is compelled to escape and take refuge on Dragonstone. He meets up with the somewhat recovered Sunfyre on the island, and the two take to the skies once more. They don't participate in larger-scale conflicts, although they do engage in a dragon fight and help kill off a significant figure. After Esser Alfred Broom betrays the Greens and they take Dragonstone, Baela mounts her dragon Moondancer to protect the castle. Even though Sunfyre is still hurt from Rook's Rest, she manages to slay Moondancer in this skirmish and win. Rhaenyra finally makes her way back to Dragonstone in the hopes of finding safety, but Aegon II orders her to be killed by Sunfyre when she is taken prisoner by the Greens. At the very conclusion of House of the Dragon, this will happen as well. So how and when Sunfyre finally perishes in the dragon dance? Not many dragons make it through the dance, most of them kill one another during the conflict. In the TV series, 2 of them have already died, and the story has only just started. Because he is a warrior, Sunfyre is a beloved character among readers. Even though he's not the biggest or most skilled dragon, he manages to survive terrifying clashes and fights all the way to the conclusion of the war. Sunfyre doesn't actually die until after Rhaenyra dies and Aegon thinks he has won the battle. Sunfyre stays on Dragonstone after killing Moondancer, eventually passing away from the injuries she sustained. After killing Rhaenyra, Sunfyre is already critically ill once more, and Aegon is hoping that his dragon would recover just like before. Sadly, Sunfyre runs out of food and dies. Aegon practically immediately asks for a new dragon egg to be given to him in spite of the dragon's enormous efforts, so he can have a new Sunfyre, prouder and fiercer than the last. Sunfyre is far from complete, and House of the Dragon has a long way to go. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.